What do you eat?
Only breath and magic. If I weren't experiencing this reality, it would seem insane to me.
Do you believe you're an alien?
Definitely, I can open up a portal, speak your own version of light language as well.
So guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is about spirituality. Now, before we go deep into this video, I do believe being spiritual to a certain extent is good for your soul and also good for society in general. But I do think certain people do take things a little bit too far. And that's when I start asking questions about certain claims that people make, like you'll see in this video. And so with that being said, today's video is by Heather, who's a spiritual being that transcends beyond this cosmos because her chakras are all wide open. And she's meeting with Sky, who she's gonna help transcend her spirituality. And as you saw from the introduction, Heather makes some big claims. So you're gonna need to grab some popcorn, strap your seatbelt, and enjoy this show because the things that Heather's gonna say is gonna get you jumping.
She's coming. Can I tell you something? I've been wanting to meet you for like 2 years.
I've been feeling you like you've been coming through the realms recently.
What does that mean, coming through the realms?
Like you've been appearing in different realities, your name, this, that, ideas, yes, okay. Yeah, I feel her.
Man, I'm telling you, all I hear her say is that she's watching too many Marvel movies because Sky high-key almost looks like Captain Marvel because that's the only way that she sees her on different realms. Because honestly, all she's saying is nothing or utter nonsense if you ask me, but maybe she does feel her in all these other realms because you have to remember that all her chakras are wide open. She can connect to different realms just like Thanos. But one thing I want to look at is one of her claims that she says that she can talk to aliens.
People who are speaking light language, they could just completely be making this up.
Totally. It could be totally fake to some people, but I can't deny it. I need to have multiple proven facts, experiences in order to claim something as tangible or real.
Now, like she said, she cannot believe in anything unless she has tangible evidence. What we call this mostly is just using your logic. When your logic makes sense, then you believe in something. If your logic doesn't make sense to what you're believing in, then you don't believe in it because you know it's nonsense.
There have been so many forms of confirmation for me connecting with ETs. I don't deny this. It would be inauthentic for me to deny it. I would literally be holding the biggest part of my experience back and suppressing that.
Now, you see why I told you to grab some popcorn and strap your seatbelt?
A few years ago, I was completely sober, laying in my bed, and I felt called to meditate. And as I was meditating, these 3 light beings appeared on each side of my bed.
To me, what it sounds like is that she was meditating for a while and then she just started hallucinating and just was getting a high. I mean, that happens when you're meditating, especially when you do something so intense. I mean, you get a high like a drug, but it's more natural in the sense that you don't have to smoke weed or drink alcohol to experience the same high.
3 light beings appeared on each side of my bed, like kind of what you would think an alien would look like, where they were really tall, their heads were different shapes, and their arms and their legs were more lengthy, and they had maybe about 3 or 4 fingers.
I like how these aliens are very stereotypical, you know, just the aliens that you see from the movies, you know, just very stereotypical aliens. Nothing unique about them. It's pretty much what movie directors have been imagining for years how aliens will look like. I mean, come on, lady, who are you trying to fool here?
I couldn't fully see, but they weren't physical form, they were emanations of light. I woke up
you were awake.
I was awake. I was not sleeping, I wasn't in a dream, and they lifted out my light body so I could see it, almost to show my human. This like spiritual body of mine, this aura, this energy that we all talk about, it's real.
I mean, what she's saying is a big claim, and I don't want to be a non-believer, but come on, you want me to believe that you can talk to aliens, and you solely believe that. I mean, it could be true. You gotta remember, all her chakras are open. She can see different realms. She can do all these other things. But to me, I think it's huge that if actually what she's saying is true and she can prove it's true, I know the scientific community would like to meet this girl because the information that she has is so important. I mean, scientists have been looking for ages, for centuries, to try and find life out of Earth. And this girl has all the sauce. Definitely, if what she's saying is true and accurate, she would definitely win a Nobel Peace Prize.
Multiple times I've taken friends to Joshua Tree. Joshua Tree is like a huge portal. It's happened 3 different times. We've seen full-on ships.
And this is what I'm talking about. If there's a portal like that actually exists, why don't you take some scientists in there? Because if you can prove that, I mean, that's a huge scientific discovery. I mean, huge. That's universal. I mean, you will be known internationally. Universal. Come on.
There was a portal in the middle of the sky, and all of these ships kept going from all over the sky to this portal and disappearing.
If what she's saying is true, why are scientists not investigating that area? Because I find it very fishy. Very fishy. And also, everybody has cell phones nowadays. I would expect at least to see a video of that going on, because that would be a huge discovery in the scientific community and also in the world in general.
I'm at the point where I definitely believe in extraterrestrials,
Yes.
but I'm still sort of integrating into the information. For some people watching this, they may be like, what, these girls
Right.
are batshit
Yeah.
crazy.
Full on. That happens all the time. And it's totally fine. Like, I totally get it. Because if I weren't experiencing this reality, it would seem insane to me. It's so real and so undeniable for me that I don't really mind.
I mean, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, she possibly might be correct in a sense that everything we experience is through our brain. So everything we perceive in reality has to go through our perception of what our brain is telling us. So she possibly could be experiencing something different, just like somebody who's on drug or who's crazy, they're experiencing something different. Or somebody who's very intelligent, they experience reality differently. So she might be experiencing something different. But I mean, to me, I think her claims are a little bit too far-fetched because it's just way too big and it's almost impossible to really prove unless she has like some sort of like strong tangible evidence. Like, let's say for example, when she talks about the portal, I mean, that's a good place to start. But if she had evidence of that location, like having a video and also having scientists investigate that area and see what they can discover, I mean, that's a good start if she really wants to prove what she's saying is actually true.
She claimed to speak alien language. People call it light codes or light language.
Terasa kalopo ompota sakita shahasi kiampa. Urosukupu alakwantiki ash osukupo.
When you're speaking this language, do you know what you're saying?
Yes.
Stop the cap.
It's happened multiple times actually where I've used light language in challenging situations or times where I need to activate my power. External reality shifts instantly. I am not even kidding. I'm talking about miracles happening instantly, things changing.
Stop the cap.
What has happened?
I was in India and in a taxi on my way to a retreat, and I had multiple hours to go, and the man let me know that he was instead taking me to his house with other men and was going to do things to me. And I had no service on my phone. I was in a country that I didn't know, and I sat there in meditation for a few seconds. A wave of energy came over me, and I actually became extremely calm. And I looked at him. I was sitting in the back, and he kept looking at me, smiling, laughing, thinking it was hilarious. You think you're a smart woman. He would say these weird things as I'm just sitting there meditating, like getting ready. He was like, but you got in the car with me, saying all these creepy things, trying to further activate my fear and make me feel less empowered. And I stared at him in the rear view mirror, and I just started channeling light language. It was a strong and powerful, fully activated portal of energy. It just fully came through. I was staring at him in the eyes, didn't flinch, and it was like, Disiasha fompoku hasa kiatuash, derakala hasa tikiampesh dos kwe ashikiampua dondo kusepalash dire shikiapuafa indash. And within that second, he completely flinched, shifted, and turned the wheel so hard, literally almost like ripped us off the road, and was like, fine, have it your way. That's all he said, fine, have it your way. And I proceeded to drive with this man for 2 hours, and he dropped me off at my location.
To me, in a scenario like that, I mean, come on. First, check if the door's unlocked. If the door's unlocked, jump out of that car. But also, if you have the power to control the person, tell them to drop you off instantly and then find another ride, because it's not safe for you to actually drive all the way to your destination with the person that claimed he was going to kidnap you. How do you know he's taking you to your destination? It would just make sense that you get off. But maybe the story might be true, and maybe what happened was when she started meditating and when she started talking in lighting language, the guy was like, what the heck is going on? This girl's crazy. I don't want to part of this. I don't want to deal with this crazy girl, so I'm just gonna drop her off and move on with my life. I'm guessing that's what happened, but all I gotta say is interesting stuff, lady. Interesting story.
I do get confirmation that by 2024 there will be a physical landing where it is known by the mainstream that aliens exist.
As you heard from her, in 2024, we'll find out that aliens actually exist. Now, if that time comes, and also you have to remember, this information is coming from the source. She has the source. It's coming from the source, from the almighty aliens, all right? So, if we don't find aliens or we don't have this discovery in 2024, everyone has to admit that what she's saying is just rubbish and utter nonsense.
I felt like this grandfather cosmic energy.
Well, there's been
called upon us.
lots going on with my grandfather.
And is he still on Earth or?
No, he died.
Well, he's definitely one of your guides. Absolutely. You are like this cosmic granddaughter of like a specific mission.
Man, let me tell you, when I heard her say that, it reminded me of those charlatans that got busted on TV. You remember those people who used to tell you that they can find missing people or they can reconnect you with your family and stuff like that? Yup, that's what it sounded like. Definitely a throwback.
So with light language, it just comes naturally. It's just you allowing yourself, giving yourself, your soul permission to make sounds, to be audible, to hear and feel vibration through your expression of whatever wants to come through.
I like want to believe this is real, but then the human part of me is questioning it still.
So you have to abolish your mental and your reasoning, because otherwise it's not going to work. Like, you can't be a believer and then be rational about it. You just cannot. And also I want to add, this is how people end up in cults, because you're not using your rationality, because your rationale is telling you this is wrong. But your cult leader is like, just abandon that. You don't need that. And then you end up being manipulated and you're forced to do things that normally you wouldn't do. But because you're not thinking rationally, you do those things.
I want to believe this is real, but then the human part of me is questioning it still.
Which is natural and normal, and that's a part of the fun, where it's like we forget so that we can remember.
I mean, yeah, your mind is telling you this can be true. Your mind is telling you no. And as she said, you have to take your rationality and throw out the window so you can remember, because she's going to control you and make you experience a different reality that's far from yours. And when you start experiencing those reality, you start losing yourself to a certain extent. Now, with that being said, though, in this part, Heather is helping Sky meditate to open her chakras, or align her chakra, and also transcend, so she starts speaking the lighting language. And by doing so, that's the language that she used to speak to aliens.
And let's activate the energy and holding it to your heart. And with this, opening up the gateway, the portal to your soul's language. So we're just gonna be like kind of moving the torso. Desikiash asanfo. Dinasiki ananarshia. Dvashasan. Dish.
I mean, this is a very intense session. For a second, I was like, is she having an orgasm? Like, god damn, it's intense.
I just, oh yeah. I can't. It was
Let it speak. Let it speak through you.
I mean, what do you think? Would you give this a try? Yo, is she twerking? I have no idea what's going on, but oh man, goddamn.
Like, cosmic self is literally my best friend.
I feel like you could know what I was saying.
Fully yes the whole time.
Man, stop that cap. You did not know what she was saying. Stop that cap. Like, how? Nah, I'm not even gonna go into that. Just stop.
At one point, I just felt like I was claiming my realm. Like, this is my space to express. This is where I do what I do. This is where I am who I am. It does not concern me what people are gonna think about it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you open all your chakras, align them, and transcend your spirituality into a different realm. But honestly, I don't really have much else to say about this video. I will leave the link down below if you want to watch it for yourself, just because I wasn't able to cover every single thing in this video. So it's up to you if you want to make your own full judgment to go watch the link and check out the video. So with that being said, I appreciate you for watching and also making it this far. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay safe. Peace.